Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm so happy to be back. If you're new around here and you're wondering what I'm talking about, I'm doing a 3-part kitchen tour of my kitchen, and part 1 was released a few weeks ago on my channel where I spoke about various appliances and the materials that we used in the kitchen, and part 2 today is actually the fun part where I'll be talking about all the things I have on display on my countertop and on my open ledges. The response for part 1 had been so amazing, both on my Instagram platform as well as on YouTube, with the comments and the messages that I received privately. I'm so overwhelmed. I'm so sorry for delaying getting part 2 to you. You have to forgive me. It's lockdown and I'm locked in with my daughter, and we had to go through a fever situation, a growth spurt situation, a teething situation, a diaper rash situation. Every week in the last 4-5 weeks, and it had been a crazy up and down journey, but we're settled in now and she's sleeping relatively well, so as a result I'm sleeping relatively well, and hence I'm human. So I'm here with my part 2 of the kitchen tour. Without further ado, let's get started. So before I move into speaking about individual pieces that I have out on my kitchen platform, I'd like to mention a few go-to places that I love where I've acquired most of the things in my collections. My first and very favorite store in this list is Elementary, and I love this store so much, and I've been shopping from them for so long. Even before the physical store came up in Hyderabad, I was totally stocking them online. I did not even want to share about it with friends and family because I liked them so much. I wanted to keep it all to myself, but yeah, now they have physical stores, so I guess that's silly. But Elementary is like my go-to decor place, mainly because of their design aesthetic. They give importance to both form and functionality, and all the materials that they use in their products, be it terracotta or wood or metal or stoneware, everything is so earthy and very close to the kind of stuff I really like. And the next favorite place is IKEA. I know we all love IKEA, but every time I buy a product in IKEA, I cannot stop admiring and being amazed by the fact that IKEA takes a lot of interest in the little details of their products, be it assembly instructions or be it some little detail that they leave in their product. And when you know about that, the use of that little thing, you're like mind blown. Like that, it really shows that they've put in a lot of effort into making their products and making them convenient for the users. And I'm all about that kind of customer empathy. So IKEA is like one of my favorite stores, and I love spending a whole day in IKEA. My next favorite is Nicobar, which in Hyderabad it's above Good Earth in road number 12, Banjara Hills, and they have other stores in other cities as well, and they also have a website. Their design aesthetic is very like Sri Lankan. They have a lot of sea elements. So before Elementary came to Hyderabad, and before a lot of products weren't available in Elementary, Nicobar used to be my go-to space for really cool kitchen stuff or the stuff that I use when I have guests over. So Nicobar is like my third favorite. Then of course there are some other online websites which I'll talk about as I explain about the products. First up is the feature wall, where I have the hob and chimney, and I have this beautiful open ledge against the cement finish wall where I keep most of the things that I use on a day-to-day basis. These IKEA bowls, which are stackable, are one of my favorite and most used items in the kitchen, and that's why they're right here in arm's length. They can be stacked one inside the other. If you have to remove the medium one, you just like pull it out and it kind of slides out because they're all in the same shape. They're so lightweight and clean and minimal in design, make them so accessible for me, and I use them so often, whether it's soaking your grains overnight for making a dosa, or whether pouring your dosa batter, it's really easy to lift and just pour your dosa, or whether it is for mixing some kind of cake batter or making an omelette. Like I love these, and I don't mind having another set of these bowls. Then I have these 2 beautiful ceramic mixing bowls with a lip on the side and a little easy handle. These are from Elementary, and people who follow me on Instagram know I'm a very passionate breakfast person, and I love making my omelets or my French toasts or whatever. These bowls are my go-to bowls for making egg mixtures, and they're so good to pour out. And I thought life is too short to save the beautiful cutlery inside.
Put the plates back in the boxes! Put the plates back in the boxes!
Then I have these two metal boxes where I keep my garlic and onion. Again, two very important things that we use in our cooking. These are from the set of 3 metal boxes for onions, potatoes and garlic. They're ventilated at the bottom. They're metal, so easy to clean. They have a beautiful wooden lid which goes so well with my wooden ledge and other wooden elements in the kitchen. When we're not using steel plates for our meals, we use these ceramic plates, which are again from Elementary. Beige color that goes very well with my kitchen. And I have this roti box which is from Nicobar. This was quite a splurge on my side. I almost saved it for a year inside my cupboard without using, thinking I'll only use it when guests come. So I thought, okay, just, you know, screw it, I'm going to use it on a day-to-day basis, because this lockdown, if something, it taught me something, it's that you just live your life to the fullest while you can and with what you have. I also have a little mortar and pestle, which is again from Elementary. This is really nice and heavyweight, and it's perfect for grinding spices when I quickly need to toss them inside my dish. And I have this little box where I keep my dried chili. On the top shelf, I keep some decorative elements, mainly because this shelf is not very accessible to me. This beautiful hanging plant, and the souvenir mug that I got from London when I first visited there for a performance, and I used that to keep this plant in it. A DIY sketch of a monstera leaf that I made with an old frame. And of course the potato box. I feel like you can use so many of the kitchen elements itself to create jars or vases, which is really great. You don't have to spend money to go buy new stuff. So this is about my open shelves. Below that are again things that have to be at your arm's length while cooking. Utensil holder, a masala box, and some of my cutting boards. The utensil holder is again from Elementary. It was actually a terracotta jug, but I felt like it wasn't really cooling the water as much as I would like it to, and I did a little DIY on it, which I posted earlier on Instagram. I used some chalk paint to give it a nice coat of white and did these whimsical black checkers, which a lot of people have asked me whenever I post my videos, where did you get this masala box from? A similar masala box is available in Nicobar, but it was almost 7,500 rupees, which I would not be okay to use on a day-to-day basis if I had actually spent that much on a masala box. So one of those days when I was like a total pirate on the Amazonian virtual river, I'm talking about the website Amazon, I found a brand which was actually selling somewhat like replicas of the actual products available at Nicobar, and they particularly had this masala box, and I jumped in my seat and I ordered it because it was like some 1,300-1,400 bucks, and I thought, yeah, I can spend that much for a fancy masala box. It might not be the best quality and the finishing is not so up to the mark, but I think I can live with that. Then I have my cutting boards. One is this huge butcher block again from Elementary, and I wanted to invest in a butcher block because I know that it lasts really long, and because of it's made in teak, it will not form mold very quickly. This roundish one is again from Elementary, light in weight, so I can lift it with the handle and toss the vegetables right into the wok. I have this other cutting board which actually is an accessory of the sink, which I spoke about in my earlier video about where I mentioned the sink and the accessories. So this is about it, the primary feature wall side, and whatever you think I would need for cooking which are not outside on display are definitely inside my cupboard. So be sure to wait for the part 3 of my video where I talk about stuff that's inside my cabinets. Now moving on to the side where I have the sink. Over the sink is this beautiful large window that overlooks the outside of our house. Against this window frame I have put some decorative plants, a pretty little IKEA plant watering jug, which is again in cream and gold, which goes with the decor aesthetic of my space. There is this tissue holder that I DIY recently that I posted again on Instagram for my followers. It was a basic tissue holder that I got from Amazon, and I went ahead and painted the base and the top knob yellow chalk paint, and I have these stickers that I got from Thailand a long time ago, and they're print-on stickers, so I just built all the design along with it. And again, it's inspired from something I found on Elementary and Fab India, where they have these hand-painted beautiful tissue holders or ceramic tissue holders, and I was just trying not to spend any more money, so I thought, why not DIY? I also have these terracotta bottles which I got from Sage Organics, which is a wonderful organic store located in Jubilee Hills Road number 62, and that's where I get most of my vegetables and my day-to-day groceries. They also occasionally display a collection of terracotta bottles or cast iron cookware, and I pick them up most of the time. So these terracotta bottles are really good because they're just the right size, like 1 glass of water, and it will be at the right temperature. And I bought them with the intention of keeping it on my bedside in the night so that I can drink the water at the right temperature I want and the right quantity. So that was the thought behind buying these bottles. I have 2 soap dispensers. One is a hand wash and another is a dish liquid. We don't do any utensil cleaning on this sink, so this is more of like just a backup option, and it has a little well where you have space to keep this scrunchie. This is from the website Modern Quests, and the cream soap dispenser is from Amazon. Moving on to the next side of the kitchen is where I have all my appliances. Yes, I have gone a little crazy and spent on a toaster and a kettle, but in my defense, we were getting this house made while I was pregnant, and I had a lot of these pregnancy hormones which were making me very emotional and very passionate about my house and about the design of the space. And I just saw so many Pinterest images while designing the kitchen, and everywhere the most legendary, the most beautiful and farmhousey kitchen that I saw would always have a beautiful Smeg toaster and kettle. And I was like, I have to get these. I don't care if they even don't work, but I want them in my kitchen. I know that's a very impractical thing to say, but like I said, I was really emotional at that time, and my husband finally surprised me and he did get me those. So I'm very happy that I could add these to my kitchen because they do look fabulous. One thing that I would suggest people in India, if they want to invest in a Smeg toaster or kettle, would be to buy it from UK rather than US, because US appliances, as we know, there is a voltage difference. They use the 110 and we use 220. So I also had to invest in a step down transformer, but if you used something that you bought from the UK, you just need a converter plug because the voltage is not very different. We have a coffee maker. So this was my gift to my husband for our anniversary, because my husband's one joy in his life is his coffee. So this coffee machine is an Nespresso machine where you just stick in a pod and it gives you a fresh cup of espresso. So I do keep changing the configuration of the space quite often whenever I go into one of my deep cleaning mode. This is not my ideal way of displaying because I did not want to keep the step down transformer on the counter. It takes up a lot of space, and as you can see, I've made attempts to hide it in this basket and I've done a lot of stuff here, but I have some ideas, and probably I will make another video later when I finally reach the ideal way of setting up this space. So this rice cooker cooks like about half kg of rice. It's the tiniest in the size, but this is like Panasonic and it's been quite a lifesaver for quite some time. This mixer is from Philips. I haven't used it long enough to give you a review of it, but it's fairly like serving its purpose well. It's sturdy, it's heavy, it's got nice suction cups at the bottom so it doesn't move much, and it's got a little copper and black theme going on, which I like. It's good to build on if I want to add more copper elements to this space. This little wooden shelf here is again from the kitchen guys, which is High-In Kitchen Concepts, who designed my kitchen. It was just to break the monotony of the whole white and grey cabinets. These jars are from Elementary. It was a housewarming gift. So yeah, if you ever want to give me a housewarming gift or a gift of any kind, you know my go-to stores and you know all the things that I already own, so be sure to get me something like that if you ever think of it. I've displayed some of my travel magnets. These are all the places that I've been to and performed in the last 5 years. There's 2 trips to London, there is Paris and Berlin, Hungary, Sopron, 2 trips to Russia, 2 trips to Sri Lanka. So this is like my little hall of fame. So that was about it, about the external stuff of my kitchen. So to find out what I have inside the other cabinets, wait for the part 3. But please note that I have ordered some more stuff from IKEA the second the lockdown rules relaxed and IKEA said it was delivering, because during the lockdown I realized I was storing much more food at home and I required to utilize the space in a much better way. So I'm very eager to show you guys how I have tried to maximize the space in this kitchen and keep all the things that I require in the most effective and efficient way. So this is a fun video, and if you liked it, then please like it. So if you liked it, then please like it and comment and subscribe to my channel so you can stay in touch and keep getting more updates from me. So thank you and have a wonderful day.